Good evening, everybody, or I guess good afternoon. Welcome to the Arkansas Weather Network. My name is Zachary Hall, otherwise known as the Arkansas Storm Tracker. Hopefully, everybody can hear me okay. No problems there. It seems like every time I come on live, always have some issues of mine. I'm not the most tech savvy person. If you'll give me just a moment here, I want to talk about these storms that are ongoing now. Specifically in northeast Arkansas, we do have severe thunderstorm warnings that have sparked across a large area, really. And I wanted to discuss that with you guys to make sure we're all on the same page. Looking at everything from a statewide view, it's 3:14 p.m. This is live. Really, outside of northeast Arkansas, the state, there's scattered activity, some isolated activity, but northeast Arkansas, unfortunately, is the problem for now, especially places like Newport. So in Jackson County, we have warnings in Craighead County. Jonesboro, you're up next. That's one of the reasons why I went live. Jonesboro, of course, northeast Arkansas is kind of a population center for that part of Arkansas. It's a Saturday afternoon. Want to make sure here at the Arkansas Weather Network, our goal is to make sure everybody's always informed. So if you're out and about this afternoon in Jonesboro, the surrounding areas, we've got a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings that are up for this area. If you don't mind, guys, I see the YouTube comments. I don't see any comments from Facebook. If you could, let me know, leave a comment, let me know where you're watching from. The YouTube comments look good, but I don't see anything on Facebook, which I think is kind of odd. I don't know why. There we go. Facebook's up now. So Facebook was just a little bit delayed, that was all. But we have severe thunderstorm warnings here for Cross County. We have warnings for Jackson County, Poinsett County, another section of Jackson County here, of course, Craighead County, parts of Greene County, and Lawrence County. So we've got all sorts of warnings all over the place here for this cluster of storms in northeast Arkansas. The main concern here is damaging winds. Can't rule out some hail, but I think the biggest concern is going to be strong winds gusting out of these storms. We've unfortunately had some pretty significant storms this week that have produced damaging winds and damage. Hopefully we don't have any of that today. Looking at questions here from you guys. Overseer 69 says, is there any tornado risk with these? The risk in Arkansas is really never quite zero, but it's pretty low today. This is really a damaging wind concern, perhaps some hail. The atmosphere today is not very conducive for tornado-producing storms. Ashley Cadling says, how's it looking in Cave City? There is storms in the area, but the worst of the storms are to your east, in parts of Jackson County, soon to be Craighead County, Cross County, and so on. We also have some storms up by Mountain Home. We had a storm near Little Rock earlier that we were watching closely that was not severe. But really, if you're just now joining, first of all, thank you so much for watching the Arkansas Weather Network, for your live severe weather coverage. But the storms that are in northeast Arkansas are really our main concern for this time. We don't have anything, looking at everything from a statewide view, we don't really have anything else going on in regards to significant severe weather. Looking at it from the Little Rock radar, you can see there's a few blips here in western Arkansas, southwest Arkansas from Arkadelphia over to Mena, kind of in that section of the state, very rural part of Arkansas. But that's it. The western half of Arkansas is pretty dry, and I think we're going to have continued development too through the evening hours in this part of Arkansas. The forecast is actually shaping up quite well given what we had this morning, the data that we had this morning. No severe potential in Conway for right now. No, the severe potential right now is limited to northeast Arkansas unless we have more storms that develop in north central Arkansas. We'll see. The main concern with these storms, like I said earlier, is damaging winds. I've seen a lot of photos of these storms. I know that they are pretty spooky looking, but really the biggest concern is damaging winds. And there might be some hail too. I think I had a couple of comments on Facebook earlier of hail, photos of hail. So nothing, I don't think of anything significantly large, but nonetheless. Susan Bashirs says, it is scary looking in Newport. Shalimar Shield says, is it going to storm all night? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. These are scattered too, guys. Some of you are going to go through today, this afternoon, and this evening and get nothing, which is really unfortunate. But, of course, northeast Arkansas, this part of Arkansas, storms have been more common this afternoon. Let me loop this for you guys, 15-minute loop, so you can kind of see. These storms are moving east-southeast. We can zoom into and get pretty close here. Jonesboro, Bono, Brooklyn, Lake City, Black Oak, Cache, Craighead County as a whole, you are next on that severe thunderstorm that's moving out of Greene County. Damaging winds will be possible inside Jonesboro city limits, Brooklyn, Bono, and so on. And then our storm in Jackson County too, that's now north of, or southeast of Dyess, Newport, and near Grubbs, is moving off toward Hickory Ridge, Cherry Valley, Fisher, the 14 quarter up to Wiener, Harrisburg, Highway 1 down south. So that's kind of an update on that and why we're live on the network. So Kelly Whitlock says, what about NWA, question mark? It's just hot. Just hot northwest Arkansas, nothing going on up there. Are we just worried about this round, says Madison Daffrin. I am worried about this. Yeah, I do think these storms are pretty strong. There's a lot of lightning. Damaging winds are possible. Want everyone to stay inside, not be driving around. And, with it being so dry lately, you're always worried about lightning strikes, starting more fires. Cassie Watkins says, we have hail in Ozark Acres. Thank you. Kimberly Sharburn says, is Van Buren or Alma going to get anything? This is the other side of the state, so Van Buren and Alma is way over here by Fort Smith. So if you do get anything, I don't think it'll be anything like this. This is a cluster of severe weather. We don't have anything that has developed over there right now, and I don't foresee there being a ton of activity in western Arkansas tonight. It seems like everything is shifted east. I could show you guys this to help better illustrate this. We have a severe thunderstorm watch for numerous counties until 10 p.m. tonight. The county's in yellow. So if you do not live in a county in yellow, I'm not saying that there's impossible you can't see storms. We have storms west of Little Rock now in non-severe watch counties. But the greatest risk for severe weather tonight is going to be in the yellow counties, especially up here in northeast Arkansas where these storms are ongoing now. So sorry if I sound weird, guys. I was really sick yesterday. I can't seem to get healthy. And my throat kind of hurts. Cindy Riddell says, first wind gust in Newport. A huge tree limb is covering half my yard. So she's talking about this storm here. So a heads up to our friends in Cross County, or to Poinsett County. That's a legitimate report of wind damage out of Jackson County as that storm moves into Cross and Poinsett County. Overseer says, will there be any tornado warnings, you think? I really don't think so, but I guess you can't completely rule it out. Tara Haynes says, we got small hail and big wind north of Gassville. I see a few boundaries kind of hanging around here too, one from Clinton down to Searcy, and those could spark more storms too, guys. That's something to watch through the evening, and we have continued development. These storms seem to, from what I have noticed, this afternoon, these storms, they form, they pulse up real quick, they get nasty and severe, and it seems like at times they've struggled a little bit to sustain. This is a really healthy cluster, though, from Jonesboro down to Truman down to Wynn, the most healthy cluster that we have right now. Mile Wide or Meal Wild Day 6464 says, is western Arkansas getting rain? Not right now, unless there's just some stray showers. It does look like which this is looking from Little Rock, 1 second. There's not a whole lot. There's some showers in the region, but nothing of significance in western Arkansas. So everything we're focused on right now is up in northeast Arkansas. This is the only show in town in regards to severe weather and organized thunderstorms for now. I'm sorry for spamming. I just want to know, is Arkansas okay? Yeah, we were just watching some of these storms in northeast Arkansas that are severe. Barbie Foster Michael says rain in Salem, Fulton County now. Thank you for the report, Barbie. Guys, if we give me just a moment, I'm going to hop on the National Weather Service chat. I'm solo right now, so having to do multiple things at once and to make sure I'm not missing anything. Brittany Holt says the thunder and lightning keeps going on and on. Yep, it's there's a lot of lightning with this, guys, especially up here. Greene County, Craighead County, Walnut Ridge down to Jonesboro, Paragould. There's a lot of lightning in these storms. Friar Inishara says Newport got a wind blast. That's the second report that I've seen out of Jackson County of strong winds. Sheila Bell says, what about Union County where the big fire is? So yeah, Union County's way down here in South Arkansas near El Dorado, and we don't have anything ongoing down there right now. Boy, we sure need it though. But no, nothing going on there right now. The only show in town in regards to organized storms is right here in northeast Arkansas. Zachary, are you related to Ryan Hall? I'm not. No, we're friends or acquaintances. We've worked together before, but no, we're not related at all. Hearing lots of sirens in Newport, hoping everyone's okay. Well, I wonder why the sirens are going off. There is no tornado warnings as of 3:23 p.m. This is live. But no tornado warnings, and the tornado risk today is extremely low. Anything bad for Independence County? Just generic storms at this time, nothing significant. Everything is east of you that's could be deemed more significant toward Newport, Jonesboro, and so on. But some thunderstorms in the Batesville area, northern Independence County. Thank you, Zone, for trusting the Arkansas Weather Network. We are a local business, so when you watch us use our mobile app, the Arkansas Weather Network mobile app, you are supporting a local business. Angie Wilson says, Craighead County, ? You are under severe thunderstorm warning with some nasty storms moving in imminently. So if you're in Craighead County, it's on your doorstep, literally. Michael Duke says, are we expecting anything for Prairie County? So Prairie County is down here southwest of most of this activity. We'll see what develops to your northwest this evening. I see some stuff developing near Clinton now. I see some activity north of Clinton, so we'll have to see what develops there and drifts to the southeast into central and east central Arkansas. These storms now that are in northeast Arkansas are going to eventually drift into Tennessee and out of Arkansas over the next couple of hours. Amber McDougall says, Newport around Jacksonport, it's storming. Those storms are moving to your east in Cross County and Poinsett County here real soon. Strong winds are likely with that. We've had a few wind reports out of the Jackson County storm. It's already blown past me in Izzard. It wasn't bad at all, says JC Cloud. Yeah, some of these storms aren't bad at all. It's just generic summer storms. These storms right here that are in, Craighead, Jackson, Cross, Poinsett, parts of Greene County, there's just a little bit more juice to them is really what we're noticing to this. A little bit more wind potential, a lot of lightning, heavy rain. We do see YouTube comments. Yep. Thank you for commenting, AB74464. Patricia Owen says, is Fordyce going to have storms? It would probably be later. I don't think there's anything imminent in Fordyce right now. We do have some activity in southwest Arkansas, but as far as anything of significance right now, no, we don't. Yeah, if you're not in, someone made a comment, if you're not in the yellow polygons that you see on the screen here, those are severe thunderstorm warnings. Then right now you don't have any imminent concerns for significant severe weather. But our friends here in Cross, Poinsett, Craighead, obviously Greene County, it's storming like mad there, and soon to be probably Mississippi County and so on. It's a different story. You're going to have to deal with these storms here. Yeah. Jocelyn, they're kind of coming in that general vicinity. A lot of this developed in southern Missouri and has drifted south into Arkansas and is tracking southeast. I'll zoom out and show a statewide view. So we have a lot of people I think that are just joining as we go. First and foremost, my name is Zachary Hall, otherwise known as the Arkansas Storm Tracker, and thank you so much for watching the Arkansas Weather Network. Looking at things from a statewide view, really, if you don't live in northeast Arkansas, you're not dealing with a whole lot. It's just hot. We do have some showers and storms here between Hot Springs and Mena, just northwest of Arkadelphia. Really not a whole lot going there. We have all sorts of boundaries and stuff floating around here in central Arkansas. We've got a few showers here near Little Rock, east of Jacksonville, along I-40. We have some storms in north central Arkansas that are really, to me, look like they're struggling a little bit. But really, the only show in town as of 3:27 p.m. is the severe thunderstorms in northeast Arkansas. These storms right here have the most oomph to them, a lot of lightning, perhaps some wind. We have damaging wind reports out of Jackson County near Newport. So really, this is our utmost concern at this time. That's not to say that the storm of the century is headed for your doorstep if you live in Craighead, Poinsett, Cross County. I'm just saying that it's just a little bit stronger here. It's going to be noisy when it moves in. So Renee Mangrum says the wind is picking up in Jonesboro. I bet. Yeah, it's probably about to get pretty windy in this general area due to these storms moving in. Jordan Hudson says, is this the only round? We could have a few more storms that develop. This cluster here is going to eventually move out, but we're watching stuff in North Arkansas. We'll see what else develops in North Central Arkansas and so on. But Yeah, this area right here is the biggest concern for now. And it looks like too, you see this right here moving out northwest of Jonesboro. There's a pretty good wind signature that's about to cross into the Craighead County line out south of Sedgwick, south of Walnut Ridge. So probably pretty windy here in Jonesboro, or excuse me, in Craighead County here relatively soon, and then eventually Jonesboro, I suppose, too. Nicole Sisk says, is it safe to travel through Jonesboro to Batesville? Nicole, I would really recommend waiting 30 or 40 minutes and letting this pass. It's not something I would want to just drive right in, head into blind, just in case. That's just my recommendation. This is moving east-southeast. I can turn it back to reflectivity and show you the motion here, but it's kind of an easterly, southeasterly motion. We're getting continued reports of strong winds in northeast Arkansas. Tammy Jordan says, just a little thunder in Craighead right now. It's creepy calm. For now, the storms are moving in. I'm going to pull up the National Weather Service chat again and see if I can get... Looks like we have, in Lawrence County, we've got a confirmed gust of over 50 miles an hour. So these storms certainly have some damaging wind potential. As they move southeast. 50 plus miles per hour is a pretty significant wind gust. It's not quite that threshold above their severe threshold, but that's just one single report out of this, which tells me that there's a possibility that we have even stronger gusts coming out of this. Level Blaze says tornado threat, 0 question mark. I really don't ever say it's 0 in Arkansas, but it's about a 1 or a 2. Mark Love Spiker says RFD is for real with this in Craighead. Yeah, it's windy, brother. The winds moving into Craighead County, Jonesboro in general, are strong. Guys, if you don't mind too, I would love, if you're watching this, first of all, thank you for watching. We don't have a huge audience right now, but it's, middle of the day on a Saturday, and if you're not indirectly impacted by storms, you're probably not watching. But if you are watching, I would love for you to leave a like, leave a comment, let me know where you're watching from, and I appreciate you guys so much. The reason why we're live is because the severe weather here ongoing in northeast Arkansas, with storms moving into Cross County, Poinsett County, Craighead County, and then out of Greene County. These storms that are moving into this area, there's damaging wind potential, perhaps some hail as well. I don't think we have anything significantly large at this time, but we'll see what those reports look like. It does look like this is becoming a little bit more congealed into a more of a complex, and I do wonder if that's going to limit the damaging wind potential some, the hail potential as well too, but still a lot of heavy rain here and a lot of lightning. Thanks for watching from Jonesboro, Rob. I'm hoping that there's plenty of Craighead County people tuning in to the network. Of course, Poinsett and Cross County too. I know we have a lot of people up here that pay close attention to the weather. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, so the Greenlight asked why the National Weather Service issued a severe thunderstorm watch for Saline County until 10. Yeah, so even though we only have this ongoing now, so here's the severe thunderstorm watch counties in yellow, we could have continued development through the late afternoon through the evening. So this might not be the only storms that form. Of course, we're paying very close attention to northeast Arkansas and what's ongoing there. And I know there's not a whole lot of activity ongoing elsewhere in Arkansas, but we could have continued development across north central Arkansas, which could eventually move east-southeast. I'm sorry for yawning, guys. I did not sleep well last night. I've been sick. Lord, I'm struggling right now. I'm gonna need a nap after this or something. But yeah, the county's in yellow, severe thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. tonight. We have no tornado warnings right now, just severe thunderstorm warnings, the yellow polygons. Nicole Anderson says, the Newport storm, do you think that's tracking more toward Marion or toward the north? So this storm is tracking, really, it's kind of has like a more easterly motion than anything. Parts of northern Cross County, southern Poinsett County toward Harrisburg. But it does look like it might catch a little bit of Marion later, especially if it holds on to that east-southeasterly path. We do need the rain bad. Yeah, this is the unfortunate part of all this is you don't want severe weather because it damages everything and it's really annoying. But man, we need the rain. I wish we had more rain to go around for the state, but we just don't today. Kojo Pat says, we just got high winds and hail in Clinton. So there's a strong storm. This is in Blaze Thomas country here. Blaze isn't with me right now. He usually is, but he's had some stuff going today. A strong storm right over Clinton with hail and probably some wind. Melvin Cole said tree damage and downed power lines in Hardy, which is up here in northeast Arkansas. Pretty heavy short-term rain, nothing in Highland area. Key Harris says, any severe weather in Clark County? Right now we do not. No, the only severe weather we have right now is up in northeast Arkansas. That's it for the time being. And guys, once these storms get through this area and get closer to Tennessee, we can reevaluate and so on. But for now, I just wanted to hop on and make sure, especially with it being a Saturday, a lot of people out and about, who knows what everyone's up to on another really hot August Saturday. Cliffy Adams says, any bad weather coming to Jonesboro, Arkansas? Yes, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Craighead County, and that does include Jonesboro. So if you're in Jonesboro, pretty strong storm moving in now. Rachel Warner says, Lone Oak just got hit with strong wind and pea-sized hail. Jerry Hall says, watching from Pea Ridge, we need rain bad. Yes, I know. Northwest Arkansas needs it pretty bad, but I'm afraid today's not the day. I had some hopes last night, but frustrating. Stephen Fott says he has no power in Brooklyn. Well, that's bad to hear. We've been, with some suffering from power outages this week due to storms in several different places. Kerry Martin says, pelted with hail on the interstate near Grubbs. How big was it, Kerry? Patricia says, what about Central Arkansas as far as the wind goes? I mean, if we have some storms later in Central Arkansas, we could have severe thunderstorms. So, you're looking at the 50 plus mile per hour gusts, you get stronger storms. But for now, which actually this just changed because we have a new warning, but for now, we don't have any severe thunderstorms in Central Arkansas. We do have a severe thunderstorm now for parts of Van Buren and Cleburne County. This is the storm that moved through Clinton, headed to the east-southeast. Greers Ferry, Heber Springs. There is hail possible with this. I don't think it's incredibly large, but so just a heads up on that. And then we've got our storms up here in northeast Arkansas. I'm just kind of box these in so everybody can see what we're looking at. Angie Wilson says, Brooklyn getting high winds and it's getting dark. No rain in Conway right now, no. Yeah, Angela, so winds could be strong there in Mark Tree if these storms persist, and I think they will. I would certainly anticipate severe wind gust at this time, unless said otherwise in Mark Tree. The warning does not include you yet, but I think it will here soon. I think the National Weather Service just published a mesoscale discussion, and they referenced that wind potential with these storms could be upwards of 65 plus miles per hour. So if you live in Mississippi County, if you live in Marion, if you live in northeast of Wynne, Truman, Osceola, that's your heads up. The National Weather Service is referencing the potential for 65 plus mile per hour winds with this cluster of storms. So they said 65 to 85 miles per hour is the high-end scenario here with this cluster in northeast Arkansas. up, Blaze?
What's up? Doing a great job.
Thanks, man. I'm struggling over here. I didn't sleep that great last night. Looks like you got a storm over there by your neck of the woods there in Clinton, Van Buren.
Yeah, I was noticing that. I could hear the thunder close by.
Somebody actually just asked about anything for Heber. Sarah Hawks. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning there west of you. That
Here's
includes
my
southwestern
concern.
Cleveland.
Earlier, we were kind of on the water, and there was a lot of boats. So there's a lot of people out on the lake right now.
Well, hopefully those people have the Arkansas Weather Network app, and they know this is coming. I hope that they do. Someone asked about Jonesboro. Michelle Ring, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning. The storm is there now. It's moving in now. It looks like the worst of it is to your northeast, but this might not tell the whole story. But I would say there's probably some pretty strong winds moving into Jonesboro right now. Yeah. I mean, winds of 40 plus with this. We had a 50-mile-an-hour gust in Lawrence County earlier. So if you live in Jonesboro, Craighead County in general, I would just stay inside and let this thing pass.
Yeah, I'm also seeing, now this doesn't mean it's making it to the ground. It's probably melting before it gets there, but radar's showing almost 2-inch hail return north of Grubbs. So between Tuckerman and Grubbs. So I think there's probably some hail embedded with this as well. Someone
left a comment and said that they were, I don't remember where they said they were, maybe near Newport, and they were getting pelted with hail, had to pull over. Their visibility was so low.
Yikes. We're receiving reports coming in right now of several trees near the Cushman area in Independence County. So.
Okay. We appreciate that.
But you may have already said that. I don't know.
No, I didn't. I didn't know that. Thank you for the report. I haven't had a chance to look at my Facebook messages a whole lot. Usually I get reports in there too from people.
It looks like the considerable tag expires in 4 minutes, and they just issued new severe thunderstorm warnings extending out from the storm, and they're just going with regular severe thunderstorm warnings. So that tells me that they do believe these storms are weakening some. So, and I heard you earlier mention, Zach, about how these are turning more into just a kind of a mess, just a messy mode.
Yeah.
And damaging wind threat going down, and so is the hail core. So good news for Northeast Arkansas.
You mentioned Cushman. I got in my Facebook messages, and I have photos and videos from Jennifer Stoner. And she said Cushman just got hit with either a tornado or really, really, really strong winds, powerful winds. I don't think it was a tornado. I think it was just damaging winds. But yeah, they have large trees that have been uprooted. So,
wow.
I think that this complex in general is responsible for that. I'm sure we're going to have several spots of damaging wind reports out of this. Gina Jackson said they're getting hail too. She's in Lake City, north of Lake City. So this is probably she's in Manette. Gina, how large is that hail? This is a pretty good looking core, Blaze, between Manette and Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Lakeview.
Yeah, I mean, radar's estimating over 1-inch hail with this. And I mean, you look at the velocity, it also kind of gives me, there might be a downburst signal too, just a little bit. It's weak, but yeah.
Anna Sales says, anything headed toward Van Buren? No, this is the other side of Arkansas. This is a complete opposite side, moving away from you. So, Jennifer Magnus says, strong winds and rain in evening shade.
All right, receiving reports coming in now. Several trees down, southern part of Greene County.
Yeah, so right here. I think the storm was strongest around 10, 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. There was a really good wind signature near Sedgwick, southwestern Greene County in general. And I'm sure that's probably what was responsible.
Look at that wind signature right now near Bono.
Bono.
Do you see that? Yeah.
Watch out, the locals will get you. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's more that 40 plus. Those are pretty good
Yep.
winds, man. And this isn't that far from the Memphis site. So Jeremy Watson says trees down in Clinton. We had a few people send reports.
He's down
Hey,
in Clinton.
yeah, that storm that moved through Clinton, man, we had several reports of hail and wind with that.
It's getting stronger right now. It's kind of peaking here between Clinton and Morganton. I'm watching that.
Look at the hail core of this.
Yeah, it's definitely gaining. I thought I turned that off. I did not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely gaining some strength here. Almost 2-inch hail. I've got a shot of it on the Fairfield Bay camera. Let me pull that real
Yeah,
quick.
go ahead.
Uh,
Go right ahead.
Take it just a second here. All right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's a live look right now.
So this is looking at the Clinton storm.
Yes.
So folks, this is our Fairfield Bay Arkansas Weather Network camera looking at the storm that we were looking at on radar in Clinton. This storm has produced hail, strong winds. This is a great look, Blaze.
Yeah.
Has that downburst look-ish to it, you know? Yeah, like fans out at the bottom.
It does. Yeah, this is and you said somebody was reporting trees down. I don't have my scanner on right now, so I bet it's getting pretty active.
Yeah, somebody did in the comments said that there was trees down. I'm sorry, golly, I can't even talk. But yeah, no, this is a great view of that storm. We love having these sky cameras, guys. If anyone's watching and interested in sponsoring that Fairfield Bay camera, any businesses, let us know.
That core just strengthened even more, Zach.
Yeah, it looks like Green Tree, Palisades, and Choctaw Pines, they're up next. I'd be interested, I'm sure, in Sulphur Springs, too. We get any big hail in there, we'll probably know.
Get off the lake. Anybody that's on the lake, this is not a good time to be on the lake right now.
Oh, yeah. You talking about Grist Ferry?
Yeah, it's right there.
Definitely, yeah. Hopefully anybody, if you're watching, if you're listening to this, get that boat docked.
Oh, man, this is intense.
Somebody said in the comments, we're driving from Fairfield Bay to Clinton, saw the cloud, big hail hitting the car. So, I mean, there's a ground report right there. Someone referencing large hail. They've expanded our severe thunderstorm warning in northeast Arkansas to include a large chunk of Mississippi County. It might have been Gina Jackson commented and said that there was zero visibility there north of Lake City. So this is a legit storm too. Lake City, Black Oak, Manette, soon to be Leachville and Manila.
Have you mentioned and I'm sure you have, but the severe thunderstorm warning for Montgomery County?
No.
I'm just zooming out real quick.
We also have one here in Prairie. These are new. Thank you for seeing that. So we have two new severe thunderstorm warnings as well. We'll just go to the one here to the left first. The first one's in Montgomery County. This does include the city of Mount Ida. Highway 270, like if you're traveling to Hot Springs. I'm sure some of you have traveled this before. That's moving east-southeast. Large hail and strong winds possible. And then our other warning here is for parts of Lonoke County and Prairie County. One single storm here just south of I-40 moving east-southeast near Carlisle.
The person who reported that, because I'm looking at her comment now, that's Michelle Campbell. I know her really well, reporting the driving for Fairfield Bay to Clinton, big hail hitting the car. That is not good.
Yeah, I wonder how large that hail is. This is a pretty good looking core though. Look at the core up to the northeast, north of Greers, right here. There's Sunny Slope and Woodrow.
Not good if anybody's on the water.
Anytime we see the black signatures on the core, it generally means that it's a larger hail core. Or there's a lot of hail. Maybe not big, but a larger, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach, is that storm in Clinton going to Rosebud? It could. It's kind of headed in that vicinity. Blaze, it looks like this thing's kind of like latched on a boundary. You notice that?
Yeah, it's not moving very fast.
No, it's not. It might miss you just to the north in Rosebud, but it's going to be really close, especially if it expands to the south.
I'm going to see if we start seeing any power outages yet. I mean, with that kind of wind, we may be starting to see some.
We can check the power outage map here.
I don't know that it'll update that quick, but
We do have
yeah, it's still not
some.
showing anything.
I don't know how accurate this is over the last hour. You know, some of it could be.
All right. So far, Van Buren County is reporting 64 people out of power. Now, that hasn't updated on our map yet, but
These power outages percentages too, by the way, presented by Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. We really appreciate them sponsoring this information for us.
Zach, the
Yep.
AWAS station in Clinton has now reported a wind gust of 56 miles per hour.
So one of the stronger storms we have on the board right now.
Yep. That just came in.
Large hail possible with that as well. We continue to watch this larger cluster of storms in northeast Arkansas, moving out of Jonesboro, more toward Mississippi County now. The storm south of Jonesboro and Ponzette County has got a lot of lightning in it, heavy rain, strong winds possible. Harrisburg, you're next on that, eventually probably Lepanto, Mark Tree, Truman. I'm just going to zoom out and kind of show a little bit of everything. That way when people join, they know what's going on here.
Yeah, that one storm in Montgomery County, it looks to me like it might be falling apart, looking at the newest radar scan. And I also think the Lone Oak storm might be falling apart as well. It almost looks like there's an outflow boundary that's kind of undercutting it right now.
Yeah.
But, okay, radar is now showing over 2-inch hail, almost 3-inch hail. Doesn't mean it's making it to the ground, but my goodness, Clinton, between Clinton and Morganton, that is not good. That might be our biggest hailstorm we've seen today, honestly. This is right over Goose Ferry Lake. Like, you're on the water, this is not good. I cannot stress this enough. Anyone on the water needs to be calling, letting people know to get off the water right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be caught
Go
in that.
ahead.
That would be dangerous.
No, that's bad. I'm going to go ahead and grab a screenshot of this, Zach.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You keep going.
Adam Zimmerman says, what's going on in wind? Not doing nothing right now. I don't know if wind was included in the last severe thunderstorm warning. I don't think they were. No, the worst of it's to your north, Adam. Cross County is involved, but it's north of you. Those storms are moving east-southeast and away from your location. How's it looking for magazine? Says Maiden Music. Hot. That's hot, man. Not anything going on over there right now. Patricia McDaniel says, what is Central Arkansas looking for as wind gust? I mean, if we have storms there this evening in Central Arkansas, you know, we could see higher wind gust, but Central Arkansas doesn't have just a plethora of severe weather right now. We do have a couple storms, one west of Hot Springs in Montgomery County and one near Lone Oak and Prairie County, but that's it. Cookie Taylor says, what about tonight for Ella Langley concert? Cookie, where is the concert at? I didn't know that Ella was in Arkansas tonight.
Yeah, I didn't know she's in Arkansas.
Mike Jersom says, how's Beaver Lake looking in Rogers? Hot. Hot, brother. Nothing going on in northwest Arkansas, really. We do have some storms that looks like they're popping in southwest Missouri. So we'll see. This is going to likely track east-southeast into Benton County, but there's nothing going on there now. But we'll watch that. Could provide some much-needed rain for Benton County. That area of the state has just been void of it for a while now. Jeremiah says, what about Batesville? We have strong winds and heavy rain. Yeah, so Batesville right now, the worst of it is to your east, but there is some lingering thunderstorm activity now in Batesville. I think the worst of it was what happened earlier. We had some wind reports from the area. But yeah, the worst of it is to your east and moving east away from your location.
All right, I'm getting several reports of power outages in Clinton now, Zach.
Okay.
Yeah, getting a lot of reports coming in.
Hellcore means business too, brother. It looks like it's crossing through Sulphur Springs now, Morganton, Fairbanks.
Yeah, that is right over Goose Ferry Lake. I mean, right over the lake.
So
We
Ella
were literally
Langley,
just there.
Ella
Just a while
Langley
ago.
is in the Simmons Bank Arena tonight in Little Rock. So we
Okay.
can't rule out severe weather tonight, but we don't have anything imminent there right now. Pulaski County is under a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 p.m. So we'll watch that closely, and hopefully, in a perfect world, everybody that goes to the concert has the Arkansas Weather Network app downloaded on their phone. I know that's not realistic, but I wish they did, because then they would just be alerted if there was anything of significance headed their way. So Ethan Griffin says, "What's it like in Jonesboro?" It's stormy, brother. Rain and storms. Worst if it's to your south and to your east, but yeah, plenty of rain and thunder in Jonesboro.
No, but if people wanted to promote our app at the concert, we would not be against that.
Yeah, somebody let Ella know to download our app. Thanks.
Yes.
Zachary, did you see the report of snapped power line poles near Grubbs? No, I did not. Thank you, Gina, for that. I don't have any reports of that until just now. And I don't have anything on my Facebook mentions for that, so.
All right, new severe thunderstorm warning. It looks like in effect for Prairie County now. It's just on the northern part of that storm that was in the Lone Oak Prairie line. I really think we're going to see a cancellation of this warning in Mount Ida. I just don't think it's very strong anymore.
Michelle Henderson says, "I thought you said it's headed to Cross County." Yeah, the warning was for Northern Cross, but the worst of it is just, it really has morphed well north of Cross County into more Pinzette County. Summer Ball says, "My sister lives in Grubbs. She said Highway 18 has several power poles snapped." Summer, if possible, can you have your sister, if she's in that area, if she has any photos, have that. Can you send it to me, my Facebook, if you don't mind? Patsy Jordan says, "What about Hot Springs, Garland County?" Yeah, so we do have a severe thunderstorm warning in the vicinity, but it's not for Garland County or Hot Springs. It's more for Montgomery County. And I'm with you, Blaze. I think that storm looks like it's struggling quite a bit. It pulsed
New
up for a
severe
little bit,
thunderstorm
but
warning in effect. That's going to be to the east of this current severe warn. Yeah, there you go, right there.
Cleburne County in general is in that warning. We really hope everybody's off the lake. I know that it's hot and we're tired of it being hot and we want to be on the lake. But hopefully everybody is heeding to the warnings and getting off the lake.
Look at that shot. That's looking towards these storms. Look at those clouds. I mean,
that's spooky looking, man. This is in Fairfield Bay, guys. Looking at the storms, severe thunderstorms in the area.
Wind's picking up right now in Fairfield Bay. Wind speed up to 17 miles per hour currently. So that's that storm. And then we can turn it and I can go east. And let's see if we're getting a shot. Look at that.
Oh wow, that's the storm to the northeast, isn't it? Or to the east?
Yeah, that's the one in Cleburne County.
Wow, great shot.
So both those very intense storms. I'll go back to radar for you, but yeah, I just noticed because that's a live look, guys. You can't get any better than that. I mean, radar can show us what we're looking at, but when you have a live camera feed like that, that's where it's at. So. Let's see.
I got a report, this is unconfirmed, and I hope it's not legit, that apparently this is from a first responder in Montgomery County, that there was 2 people in Odin that were struck by lightning.
Oh, no.
That's our Montgomery County storm, this one. Odin's right up here. I really hope I hope they're okay. But, man, that's just terrible to hear. People getting struck by lightning. 2 people. So.
Yikes. Well, things were kind of looking like they might have been settling down just a little bit, but that's not the case. Still dealing with severe thunderstorm warnings. But I do feel like, Zach, and I'm sure you would agree with me, the Northeast Arkansas storms, a lot of lightning, but I do feel like it's weakening some up there.
Just looks a little bit more messy.
Yeah.
It looks a little bit more messy. This is the Greene County, Craighead, and the Mississippi County storms are still strong, but compared to what they looked like earlier, it looks like the southern flank of this storm, the one that's more in Poinsett County, Harrisburg, Wiener, soon to be Truman, is a little bit more organized than the northern flank of the storm. But yeah, no, I agree with you. It doesn't look as organized. Windy, a lot of rain, a lot of lightning. But these storms here are legit too, man. Your neck of the woods here in Van Buren and Cleburne County. I just hate that the lake is involved here too, because I know that there's people on the lake, like just out there bopping around.
There was so many
So
people on the lake
dangerous,
earlier today. It was crazy. I was like, get off the lake. I mean, I wasn't telling them that now, but I thought to myself when I saw all those people, I thought, man, if we get storms, this is not going to be good. So, all right. So National Weather Service still continuing severe thunderstorm warning for Cleburne, Faulkner, Van Buren. They have canceled the severe thunderstorm warning for Montgomery County, so that's good news. That warning has disappeared. So we are losing warnings, but we are gaining some as well. I do feel like the Prairie County storm might be weakening some. There's still a hail threat with it, but I think that outflow is creating some problems with it.
Sydney Aline says, I'm just getting on. Is it coming through wind? No. Everything is to your north right now. So wind is close, but not being impacted directly. We do have several severe thunderstorm warnings that you can see on your screen here, the yellow polygons. If you're not in a yellow polygon, then you are not under a severe thunderstorm warning or under any imminent concern for severe weather. A lot of people still commenting, asking about Jonesboro. Jonesboro is no longer in a severe thunderstorm warning. The worst is to your south and east, moving away from you. We are still getting reports from Batesville and Cushman about downed trees. The lightning strike, apparently the people who were struck by the lightning, from what I'm being told, were at a Dollar General and that they are alert and responding. So that's good news.
Okay, good deal.
Scary. Yeah, scary. Hopefully everybody's okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing about lightning. It's so dangerous. I mean, it is just so dangerous.
Wait. Dude, I used to chase down literal tornadoes for a living. I loved it. I had no problem getting close to tornadoes, being up close, but lightning, no thanks. Lightning is so much more scary to me. You can't predict it. It's 30 times hotter than the surface of the sun. It can literally kill you in an instant. I've always been terrified of lightning.
Yeah, and it's pretty unpredictable too.
Very unpredictable.
All right, I think I'm getting something here. Let's see.
We just got another report of downed trees in Clinton, Burnt Ridge Road. She said that the tree fell on her power line and almost fell on her shop.
Oh, no.
Nothing in Fort Smith right now. Everything's kind of in the eastern half of Arkansas today. So that's unfortunate. I know Fort Smith needs rain, but not today.
Did that come from, that came from Caitlin, didn't it? Yeah.
James is commenting on the feed now. 56 mile per hour at Clinton. Yeah, Blaze. Blaze talked about that earlier. James, enjoy your vacation.
That's a good shot. I got a picture from Sheila Watts, B Branch. That's a really good shot. I'll post this.
Okay. Yeah, James Bryant is in the comments, our partner. He's on vacation this week, so not going to be joining us today, but it's like these two warnings have congealed into one storm here. Yeah, James, we've been pulling it. We've looked at it a few times, the Fairfield Bay camera.
Yeah. We've been watching it very closely. I mean, it's got the best shot around. Yeah. I'm gonna move it back to the other direction. We just kind of go back and forth because there's two storms on each side.
Yeah.
You can tell visibility. Oh man, that camera is shaking.
Yeah, it's probably windy.
Let's see what the highest wind gust we got. Okay, so Fairfield Bay picked up a 25.5 miles per hour wind gust just a couple minutes ago. So obviously not severe, but 25 will catch your attention for sure. Double checking something here real fast.
I still like the trends that we have with the Northeast Arkansas storms. There's a lot of lightning. There's still a lot of rain. It's windy, yes, but these storms look a little bit less organized than what they did earlier. Still watch and see how this stuff evolves. Still some pretty strong winds likely here near Harrisburg, though.
Yeah, I think that's about the strongest part to that storm. I think if we can just get that to go down, we'll see some cancellations of some warnings.
Yeah, that's anyone in Harrisburg, Mark Tree eventually, Tyronza, Ponto, like anyone in Poinsett County should probably anticipate some pretty strong winds out of that storm.
Yeah, that's showing some pretty good return. I still think that Van Buren County storm, I mean, it's just, I think we're going to receive a lot of reports of some hail damage on the Van Buren-Cleburne County line, honestly. That newest radar scan looks very intense.
Ashley Collins sent me a report and said that while she was driving through Paragould into Jonesboro, that they noticed a semi-truck that was overturned. I'm guessing due to the storms up there, so that's kind of scary. Hopefully everybody's okay. A lot of photos of the shelf cloud moving into Jonesboro. Me and 3023 says, any word on the rain impacting the wildfires? No, we don't have anything in Union County right now, which is down here. The wildfire stuff is in here in Union County, and we don't have anything currently impacting that area, unfortunately.
Zach, I think we're probably going to see a cancellation on this warning in Lono, Prairie County. That storm just does not look like it's producing really anything. Heavy rain, that's about it. I could see them canceling those two warnings.
Okay. Yeah, I think hopefully we can get rid of these Northeast Arkansas storms soon too. Get those into Tennessee, and then we'll just have the Van Buren and Cleburne County storms to mess with.
We're going to be on that one for a long time. I don't know what it is with Van Buren County, but it's
a magnet.
It never fails. All right, let's see if I got another message coming in here. Getting a lot of stuff coming in from B Branch right now. I think that there's a photo that I think's being sent to me right now, but I think it's looking towards this storm. But let me drop the Fairfield Bay camera south. Oh yeah. I mean, looks pretty spooky.
Trey Goff says temp dropped to 77 in Clinton. That is the one good thing about these storms, man. It really impacts your temps in a good way. Shauna Hara says, I'm in Clinton by the 9 and not getting anything. That's probably to your east then.
Yeah, if she's on Highway 9, that'd be...
Yeah, everything's... The worst of it certainly is well to the southeast now in southwestern Cleburne County, near Fairbanks, Crossroads, Wesley Chapel Road, Quitman, soon to be, and then Pearson. So in southern Cleburne County.
All right, so just give you an update, Zach. They canceled severe thunderstorm warning for Cleburne County. Still continuing it for Van Buren and Cleburne County. It was that second warning. Mm-hmm. That storm fell apart. I still think the Prairie County storm's falling apart. I don't want to speak too soon, but I do think we're starting to wind down a little bit in terms of overall activity. Well, it's kind of early, but Okay, here comes a video from B Branch. Oh, I got a video of hail. I can't tell how large this hail is, but it's I would say probably quarter size hail. Zach, B
We're out there
Branch.
in Van Buren County.
Yeah. So yeah, this hail is definitely confirmed. It's definitely making it to the ground. So yeah, anybody in Van Buren County, send me videos and stuff. I think James is about to join us as well. So let me bring him in here.
If James is hopping on here, I'm gonna hop off and probably go try to eat something with my kiddos. Especially since you're on here now. Are you good for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. I'm gonna unhook my. We just lost that warning too, by the way, up in Mississippi County, so that's a good sign. We're trending in the right direction. So.
Yeah.
All right. I'll talk to you in just a little bit.
Sounds good. Good job.
Thanks.
All right. So again, we're still tracking a couple severe thunderstorm warnings. We did just lose another warning too, so we're technically down to 3 warnings. There we go. We're technically down to 3 warnings. We are still tracking the severe thunderstorm warning in Prairie County, severe thunderstorm warning in Van Buren, Cleburne County, and then the severe thunderstorm warning near Poinsett County. It does look like things are weakening, and here comes the severe thunderstorm warning cancellation for Prairie County. So we're fixing to be down to 2 warnings, and I think, yeah, we're definitely moving in the right direction. Biggest thing is this storm here, still Van Buren and Cleburne County. I think that truthfully is the strongest storm we have. Still thinking this is producing close to 2-inch hail. May not be making it to the ground exactly, but it is close. So yeah, and like Gina said, thank you all for your reports. Yes, send photos to the Arkansas Weather Network app on Facebook. Absolutely. Yeah, when we get these reports, things like that, it helps us confirm what it's doing. So we're looking at radar and we're saying, well, there's probably some large hail here. If you send us a video, a photo, we can see that large hail and confirm that. Now, please be safe. Don't do anything dangerous. If you feel uncomfortable or unsafe, go back inside, and definitely don't do it while it's storming, especially with lightning. So anyways, we continue to trend in the right direction. We are essentially down to 2 severe thunderstorm warnings now. Again, the remaining one is Poinsett County, as well as Van Buren and Cleburne County. I should say the remaining ones, because technically that's 2. So anyways, continuing to watch things very closely, and we will see what the National Weather Service is advising. Still think that the strongest storm we have on radar is probably going to be this Van Buren and Cleburne County storm, where radar is showing close to 2-inch hail occurring in this area. And we have received videos and photos of large hail. We've also received reports of damage. We've had a lot of damage across Arkansas, several power outages, and we can show you that map here in just a second. So, I mean, it's definitely a very intense storm. James, I think you're jumping on, right? Is that you? I think I hear you. Can you hear me? James, can you hear me? I don't know that he can hear me yet. But anyways, we're working on that. Let's go back to radar here, and we can see again 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. That's basically what we're down to right now. And it does look like maybe the hail core is weakening some on the Van Buren and Cleburne County storm right now. So that's great news. Still tracking the severe thunderstorm warning in Poinsett County. I think the reason for that storm is strictly just the wind threat. So James, you there? I see him. I hear him, but I don't think he can hear me. I don't know.
All right, Blaze, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I'm on. Gonna boot up Radar here in just a minute. So, real quick, where I'm at, obviously, I'm on the road starting a week of vacation here. Our crew, we just kind of all got settled. They're off to Publix to do the grocery run. So I was like, okay, I'll hop on with my guys and track these storms across Arkansas. So glad to do it. And really appreciate you tuning into the Arkansas Weather Network. I put out an alert to get off of Greers Ferry Lake because, Blaze, as you know, this summer, storms pop up over Greers when you're talking about lating. It's late in the summer, but it's still a lake Saturday for a lot of people. We have big storms over in northeast Arkansas. So I don't know if you saw earlier, Clinton got a 56-mile-per-hour wind gust at the airport. So these storms are producing some strong winds, and that's the biggest threat we have today.
We've
Blaze,
got several power outages.
I'm gonna pull up my my screen share vMix.
Okay.
And I'm gonna mute the. Do you hear an echo?
No.
I hear an echo. Hang on.
I don't think so. It does look like, James, things are starting to weaken. They canceled the severe thunderstorm warning for Van Buren and Cleburne County, and replacing it with a special weather statement. And then we're just waiting for them to cancel this severe thunderstorm warning for Poinsett County, and then we're going to be warning free.
So I'm on Arkansas, arwxnetwork.com/skycams. You can access this wherever you are at from your mobile device or webcam. And if you look, Blaze, we have quite a view of the storms around the state right now. We have several partners that we work with. Southwest Arkansas Weather is one of them. It's going to be Ozarks Weather Network. If you remember following Arkansas, Missouri Weather Network, it's Ozarks Weather Network now. There's the storm that's near Harrison, but look at the view from Perryville, Blaze. I'm not sure which direction that's pointing, but you got a big storm off in the distance. The Conway camera, where's our Fairfield camera? This is the Fairfield camera looking off towards the west. I'm actually going to point that camera in a different direction, so just hang with me, Blaze. You don't have to keep this full screen, but I'll continue to share my screen here and just keep an eye on the sky cameras across the state. Right now, that's Fairfield Bay. We're looking off towards the southeast, and I'm going to swing this camera just a little bit to the west, and you can actually see the rain there falling out of the storm that's over the lake. So quite an ominous sky there at Fairfield Bay. It'll update here in just a second. I think it's just delayed a few seconds from when I turn the camera, so we'll come back to it. There's Alexander. We have had a few storms in central Arkansas, and there is Stuttgart, Blaze. I think we're seeing there's a severe storm pretty close to Stuttgart, isn't there?
Well, no. Let me double check. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning that just came out, but it's for looks like Clark, Hot Springs, Montgomery, Pike. I don't really nothing severe for Stuttgart. That one they canceled.
Okay, yeah, it kind of looks that way from just the camera feed I'm looking at. So now that you mentioned Arkadelphia, I'll take a look at the Arkadelphia camera, and we'll see what we can see from the Henderson State University camera sponsored by Pafford Medical Services. This view of our camera is off towards the south and west. You'll have to forgive me. I'm just getting acquainted with what the radar is looking like. That storm's off towards the northwest of town, so you're about to see this one, the storm that's northwest Clark County. If I can turn this camera around. There you see it, Blaze. Got a little downburst up there. It's very easy to spot. And it looks like that should be on screen here in just a second. So this is the storm that's northwest of Arkadelphia, western Hot Spring County, near Glenwood. And just give it another second here. That camera is going to turn. And you will see the rain falling out of that storm, likely with some 50 to 60 mile per hour winds also. So there you have it. It was a good view.
Did you just turn the Stuttgart camera? Is that you?
Yeah, I'm turning all these cameras around.
Okay.
The color is off. I think I have a green screen chroma on my camera feed. So when I share my screen, it's going to key out the the green, but you can see the rain shaft there in the distance, and that's the storm over northwest Hot Spring County. So we'll go back to the radar image here in just a minute, but if you're just joining us, kind of like I'm just joining in, I'm James Bryant with the Arkansas Weather Network, joined by meteorologist Blaze Thomas, and we're watching scattered severe thunderstorms across the state on your Saturday afternoon, getting close to 4:20 p.m. I would say Central Time because I'm getting very close to the Eastern Time Zone. But, of course, if you had plans around the state today, we tell you not to cancel them because you can have storms, and it storms real bad in some places, and there's going to be other spots that don't get a single thing. That's just the nature of how these storms work. Blaze, I cannot believe Little Rock hit 105 earlier today. Cannot believe it. I mean, the temperature just kept increasing. And it only happened because I said, I think we're done with 105. Just I tempted nature, and nature bites you. That's just what happens. I do think now, though, we're done with 105 for what it's worth.
I hope. I mean, now I will say, went out on the lake earlier. Not very long, but
you're out on Greer's.
Hot temperatures. Yeah, hot temperatures, perfect for. We actually didn't really go out on the water per se. We were just testing out our boat and stuff. So, but there was a lot of people there. That was on the water today.
All right, so this is out in Poinsett County, Crittenden County, Cross County, kind of the intersection of the three counties, Blaze. We have a severe thunderstorm warning, and I think a really good chance that we're seeing some strong wind gusts out in this area. Those numbers you saw there, 40 to 60 miles per hour, not just necessarily reaching the ground. That's just what the radar is measuring up above the ground. So this is near Sam Road and Boat Run, Carl West Road, approaching Black Oak down to Fortune and Twist. And I do think there could be some thunderstorm wind gusts in this area. The worst of the storm, where the heaviest rain is, likely just off to the east. The worst of the wind is going to be on the leading edge of that. I haven't looked at power outages today, but I imagine that we have a few. Yeah, we've got a few from the storms that are over that have been over the state. This is a statewide total. I'm just going to give us a statewide total here. 12,500 without power across Arkansas right now, just due to scattered severe thunderstorms. And our outage map is presented by the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Blaze, the storm that's just east of your house and over Greers Ferry Lake, no longer severe, but it is raining heavily from Greers Ferry and pretty much south of Fairfield Bay, all the way to the west side of the lake. There's really not a spot on Greers Ferry Lake that's not seeing some rain right now, and some of it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Clark and Hot Spring. So, at times it seems like it's winding down, and then other times it just picks right back up. So.
Yeah, Blaze, can you use your screen share to pull up the camera in Arkadelphia, and let's get another look at this storm that's off towards the northwest of town. This is north of DeGray Lake, so if you're on DeGray Lake, it's probably a good idea to make your way off of the lake, or at least if you're not going to get off, just be in a position where you can move that way quickly, because you don't want to be caught out there when the winds are blowing 50 miles per hour. When this storm collapses, that's what happened. You don't have to be in the core of the storm either, Blaze. The wind gust rushes away from the storm. And so you end up with really the greatest wind impacts are away from the storm. So this storm is moving southeast, so it might actually go north of DeGray Lake, but you do have other stuff to the west and now towards the south, kind of circling DeGray Lake. Outside of that severe thunderstorm, we had the one that was canceled north of Stuttgart, and then you have I'd call it a very severe storm that's approaching the Mississippi River, Tyronza, Terrell, Clarkdale, Gilmore, out in eastern Arkansas. I remember from the Memphis radar, we had winds that were approaching, I think, 50 to 60 miles per hour. So National Weather Service in Memphis has warned that. You can pretty well pick out the wind with those brighter green colors. But there is the latest radar image. This area of storms is moving pretty quickly, Blaze. And I think once you're past the wind, this just becomes a real normal summer thunderstorm.
Yeah, I just pulled up Arkadelphia. I'm going to bring that full here. I got it now.
Wonderful.
Look at that shot.
Yeah. Very good shot of the storm that's northwest of there. And that's what a lot of your storms are going to look like. I've received multiple pictures of people are stopping to admire. What am I trying to say here? Stopping to admire how cool it is that you're seeing these big rain shafts kind of descending down towards the earth like this, because we have real high base thunderstorms because it's so hot and dry. And so that's what it looks like. And oftentimes there's some high winds that are going to be embedded within that. Got a report from Cleburne County. The Arkansas Department of Transportation is reporting all lanes are blocked on Highway 16 eastbound, east of State Highway 25. I'm going to go find that real quick. 25 here on the south side, Blaze. Highway 16 eastbound, where it intersects with Highway 25, blocked by trees down. So that's going to be south of Heber Springs, kind of in the general vicinity of where I'm looking here. And if you look from the Little Rock radar, there's some wind that's occurring in that area. No severe thunderstorm warning there, but even in the storms that aren't severe, we can still get some tree damage.
Fairfield Bay at our sensor, we had a reading of 25.5. That was the highest I found from Fairfield Bay, but just a minute ago it was up to 15. So it's storming pretty good still in Fairfield Bay right now.
I got a report. I don't think I'm gonna give the details on this yet, but I do have a report from somewhere in the state that 2 people were struck by lightning. So
Okay.
I'll be working to learn more on that.
About that.
Okay.
We had talked about that, James, and everyone was okay. It was at a Dollar General.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of catching up. Getting some really good pictures and video. Appreciate every picture and video that you send us. You can submit pictures through the app. Videos have to come through Facebook Messenger. That's the easiest way for videos to get to us. Wish they were combined, but at this stage, they are not.
All right, severe thunderstorm warning for Clark, Hot Springs, Montgomery, Pike has been canceled, so that one's been canceled, and so I mean these warnings, they're popping up, they're getting canceled. They're popping up, they're getting canceled, and so right now I think we're kind of in a cancel mode. But I still think the strongest storm we have right now is this Mark Tree severe thunderstorm in eastern Arkansas, northeast Arkansas. That looks to me like the strongest storm.
Yeah.
Damaging wind is the primary threat.
I'm just looking through some other things here. And you know what I should be doing? I should be pulling up our chat so that those of you that are at home, of course, if you're watching on the app on Roku Fire Stick, you don't have access to the chat box. But if you're on YouTube or Facebook, Twitter, feel free to talk to us. Ask us questions. Let us know what you're seeing if you can safely see it. Don't advise that you go outside in these storms, Blaze, but I've seen some pretty crazy photos and videos from just outside some of these storms. I've got almost 1,000 people watching right now. So we truly appreciate it. You know, we don't expect some major severe weather event today. I'm on vacation, so I'm on the road. Our crew is getting stocked up at the grocery store. So before we head down to the beach, we're going to do a little severe weather coverage before we turn things back over to Zachary Hall and Blaze Thomas. Kaylee Parnell asks, is Jonesboro going to be okay? It keeps getting worse here. So let's just take a look at Jonesboro. It looks like in the Jonesboro area, you're going to see a decrease in storm activity. And the worst of this storm is off towards Mark Tree. And really the Terrell area is where this worst storm is headed. Tyronza to Terrell down to Clarkdale. I really don't think it's in the cards for Saline County to get any heat relief. I know. Yeah, everything's just kind of popped up around you. But there are a couple of storms starting to go up. Hot Springs Village, down to Haskell, down to Benton, Blaze. Let's take a look at the Alexander camera because we're probably going to see these storms that are starting to go up in Saline County. If you look
Taking
You
it
know, the
full.
other big storm that's in North Arkansas is in
Wow.
Cleveland County, where we have trees down just south of Heber Springs blocking Highway 16. From Stone County, it looks like it's going to storm here. It may look that way, but unfortunately, um, your big storm is off towards the southwest. Yeah, there's the Alexander camera. Really good look there. You see the storms going up in Saline County. If you're in White County, I'd be watching the storm that's in Cleburne County. What about Guy and Greenbrier? That's from Dorothy. Unfortunately, this looks like it's going to miss you. Carolyn asks, I wonder if the storm's going to redevelop overnight, hoping for some rain. Bald Knob says a little bit of wind so far. Yeah, that's from an outflow boundary from these other storms. So we still have multiple storms going up. The storms that you see now on radar may not be the only storms that you see. Cabot right now in the clear, but let me show you what can happen here. And I'm going to, Blaze, we can go back to radar real quick. I'm going to kind of illustrate what can happen. So these little green fronts that you see here are called outflow boundaries. This is just when a storm collapses and it sends a gust of cooler air. So you got this one advancing towards the north. You have this one advancing towards the south. When these collide, sometimes that cool air rushes upwards. And so what you'll see is a zone of thunderstorm development really possible right in there from, I'd say, Faulkner County into White County and Lonoke County. So that's just something that you can track as you watch radar. You'll notice there's an outflow boundary right over Benton and Bryant where a storm is going up right now. And that extends back towards Hot Springs Village. So we're having storm initiation over those locations. There's the storm north of Caddo Valley, north of DeGray Lake, one south of Arkadelphia. But for the rest of you and outside of Northeast Arkansas, it's just really, really hot right now, unfortunately.
The newest radar scan, James, is getting me a little bit more concerned for Northeast Arkansas, especially just to the south of Gilmore, where the severe thunderstorm warning is. That wind signature looks really intense. I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing closer to 70 miles per hour wind gusts.
We'll take a look at it here in just a second. I'm just running through Futurecast. So look at the latest scan from Futurecast. The Future Radar actually has a really good idea of what's happening. It's got the strongest storms over Northeast Arkansas right at 4:30. It's got scattered development in Central Arkansas. It's never exact, but it's got a pretty good general idea. And here's what it does with those storms over the next several hours. It takes the Northeast Arkansas storms and the other stuff to the Mississippi River. There's going to be chance for some renewed development, it looks like, towards 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock on the western side of everything. And generally, all this activity is going to be moving south tonight. So maybe some of this does get into South Arkansas. It looks like after midnight, it's pretty much done. But, you know, there is a low risk for severe weather for a reason. And Blaze talking, the storm he was just talking about is here in Northeast Arkansas. And Blaze, you can take a look at this from the Memphis radar. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning that was issued that includes Marion and Earl all the way down into Memphis. And that is going to be likely for 60 mile per hour winds. But you were saying there's a chance that we get a few 70 mile per hour gusts from this.
I think so. Just looking at the latest radar scan, I mean, you know, again, it doesn't mean it's making it to the ground, but we got to think it is close to the Memphis site. So we're getting really good returns. Storm's looking at it about 1,400 feet. So, yeah, easily could be making it to the ground. But I think we're probably fixing to see a cancellation on that top warning. I don't know that for certain, but no. Actually, I think they're going to continue it. So I thought they might just cancel that one and replace it with that big severe thunderstorm warning that we have, but that's not the case right now. So, but the good news is, James, we are moving in the right direction in terms of intensity because none of these have considerable tags to them. And earlier we were tracking severe thunderstorm warnings with considerable tags. So, you know, you're looking at this and it's
Blaze,
still intense, but it is weaker.
Explain to me, pretend I'm not a weather nerd. What's a considerable tag?
It's basically
it's a different version of a severe thunderstorm warning, right?
Right. It's like if we're looking at this. There's considerable and there's destructive, and then there's just a regular severe thunderstorm warning. So considerable is where you really start getting your life-threatening weather. That's 70 miles per hour wind. And then if you get, destructive, then that's way worse too. So,
Yeah.
but today we had considerable, and typically considerable will definitely from the alert system. Our app will alert you no matter what, but your phone will start to go off with considerable. I think, right, James? I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Yes. So you will get a wireless emergency alert. Is it considerable or destructive? I think it's destructive that's going to trigger your phone like a tornado warning.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
All right, I'm going to pull up storm reports, and we're going to go through a few of these because we've had several, especially over northeast Arkansas. Lawrence County, multiple trees down north of Jonesboro, tree down in southern Greene County, Brookland. What else do we have here? 51 mile per hour wind gust at Minturn. We'll go up towards Walnut Ridge. There was another report. Semi-truck rollover. I think y'all talked about that one. Down southwest of Batesville, we had trees down near Locust Grove. I talked about in Clinton, 56 mile per hour wind gust there at the airport. And that is the severe weather reports that we've had so far. So it's actually pretty well expected. Blaze, there was some hail there near Eaton in Lawrence County earlier, and I got a picture of some hail from Greer's Ferry Lake with the intense storm that went through just a bit ago.
The picture that you got from Greer's Ferry, the people weren't on the water, were they?
No, they were in a house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, it's very, I would not want to be on the water. No, definitely not. Because that was very intense. I mean, it just seemed like that storm just kept getting stronger and stronger. I mean, it started out 1-inch hail, then it looked like 2-inch. And at one point, radar estimated almost 3-inch. I don't think that was really making it to the ground, obviously, but still just extremely intense. I'm just ready for this severe thunderstorm warning in northeastern Arkansas to get out of Arkansas, because it feels like we've been tracking this particular storm for a long time now.
Yes, this is the storm that's done most of the damage in the state.
And it still continues to show. I mean, it may be weaker a little bit. I'm getting closer. Radar returns 52 to 58. So maybe a little bit weaker. But still, I mean, well, no, here's a pixel. Here's a couple pixels just south of Gilmore showing 70.5.
Yeah, and it's getting close to the Memphis radar, Blaze. So, and you can tell me how high above the ground this is measuring, but that is some legitimate wind there that's crossing I-55. Hey, let's pull up the iDrive Arkansas cameras that are in this zone. I'm going to pull them up just on my browser and see what we have in the area. We do have a few cameras at Clarkdale and Terrell.
Screen?
You go ahead and pull it up so my screen doesn't key out.
Okay.
No, you know what, Blaze? Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch vMix inputs. I'm going to go to my other one. Stand by.
Okay. Yeah, because if you go to the screen one, it won't key out. We also have, we could look at this from another radar product, and I think that there's not much filtering taking place with it. So I think it's doing a really good job showing that wind potential. And I'm going to take this full for just a second, James. So this is a different radar product. It's completely different. But you see to the south of Gilmore, and this is one thing that I look at specifically here on another screen, but where your brighter colors, especially as it transitions from green to blue, that's your intense winds. And that's why we think that this storm is likely producing still very strong, intense, severe winds with this. So, all right, James, are you still there? Okay, he's switching some stuff up right now. Anyways, we're going to continue to stay on this storm, but just wanted to let you know that this is why we think that the wind threat is increasing with this particular storm, because of how this radar is looking. Now, if we go back just to regular radar, and you can also see it well defined here. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, if this thing continues to strengthen, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a considerable tag. I don't know that we will right now, but it's certainly something we need to watch very closely. And we got more people jumping in here. So getting really windy in Searcy. Thank you for that report. Wow. Just got off the water as soon as I saw the close.
Can you hear me, Blaze?
Just, yeah.
For some reason, when I go to that other input, you can't hear me, but that's okay. Here you go. This is what I'm watching right now. This is the iDrive Arkansas cameras. You can pull this full screen. This is I-55 in Northeast Arkansas near Terrell. And this is actually exit 21 at Highway 42 on I-55. Again, the color looks kind of muted there because my green color is keying out because I have a green screen at home. But you get the gist.
I was going to say, it's looking a little gray, James.
Yeah, for some reason, I went to my other input and it's just mute. And look at this. You see the dust flying just to the south?
I tell you what, I'm going to turn your color key off for now. You don't need it.
Yeah.
And then we'll turn it back on later.
Look at the dust flying here.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's a good shot.
This is really carrying some wind here. Again, this is in eastern Arkansas, Clarkdale, Marion, Terrell, Tyron's up to Mark Tree. We're dealing with high winds. Blaze, I think we're just going to ride this camera for a minute because we're starting to see, I wouldn't call it debris, but you're starting to see things fly around out here. I'm seeing little pieces of paper. Blaze, go back to this camera real quick. It's starting to get real intense. The camera is really shaking.
Wow.
Look at the stop sign down the bottom left corner.
Goodness. I mean,
starting to see the
latest radar
there.
scan, I think we're getting up to 70 miles per hour wind gust on this storm. Yeah, if we're not reaching 70, we're at least reaching 60. Just
very well could be. I mean, look at the stuff flying across the road here. I'm looking at dust across the street there, right above that metal building. So it's windy.
Trees at the top.
You know, we can't measure the wind gusts by looking at the camera, but if you can tell that trees are blowing on these cameras, you know it's really, really windy out there.
Somebody asking about tornado threat. I mean, it's basically zero. I mean, it's never zero, but it's like super close. This is just a wind threat today. That's it.
See the trees blowing right here?
Yeah, that's intense.
There's the camera down at Marion. Yeah, I-55 is busy. You can actually see on this camera, stuff's getting kicked up into the air. This is all dust. Oh, that's something else.
We've lost every severe thunderstorm warning, James, except for this one in eastern Arkansas. This is our last.
Yeah, so we'll stay with this because wow, I mean that's quite a view there. You know, you can really tell the wind is blowing. I mean, I would say 30 to 40 miles per hour at least, just based on what I'm seeing.
Well, and that camera is mounted up higher. I mean, it's almost the height of the trees. So that's getting even stronger winds.
Yeah, these winds are moving along this gust front.
Oh, are we about to lose the camera?
Yeah, I saw it's kind of dropped out there for just a second. So
if we go back,
talk about if you're just joining us, and yeah, Blaze put a radar image on. That we're following high winds in far eastern Arkansas, really right along I-55, Clarkdale northward is where we're seeing some 50-plus mile per hour wind gusts. And boy, it's still windy over here. So this isn't that high above the ground, Blaze. Looking at radar scope, that radar site is just across the Mississippi River. So we're measuring these winds at about 1,500 feet. That's not that high off the ground.
Yeah, and we can also switch to another product because I also have GR pulled up too. And And we can look at that. I mean, you can really see that wind really increasing just south of Gilmore. So where that camera is, the view that you're looking at, is that right in the middle of the worst of this?
Yeah, we're looking north, right in the middle of
Okay.
it.
Wow. That's very intense. All right, getting a new local storm report coming in right now. Harrisburg, large tree limb snapped off base of tree at residence just south of Lake Poinsett. And a new severe thunderstorm warning now in effect for Searcy. Not Searcy County, but the city of Searcy.
Okay.
Cleburne and White County. So here we go again, Cleburne County. They just can't they just can't catch a break today. So I'm gonna go back real quick, show that severe thunderstorm warning. The one we're talking about, this is brand new, hot off the press. We're gonna go to the Little Rock site to see this. But I mean, pretty intense storm here, James. But they issued severe thunderstorm warning on the leading edge of this. And I mean, just look at that outflow boundary.
Yeah, that's some strong wind.
That is very well defined. So Searcy's fixing to get a pretty intense storm. I bet there's iDrive Arkansas cameras in there, James.
Yeah, I'm still watching the stuff out in eastern Arkansas.
We got a down tree, just a heads up, on State Highway 25. That might have been mentioned earlier, but
That
I'm
Heber
looking at
Springs, south of
RDOT
Heber
right now.
Springs. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the one.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, I'm looking at White County cameras. That's not close to US 57 or I-57 yet, is it?
Not yet, no.
The sky's getting dark over there for sure.
Yeah, so again, if you're just joining us, we were down to basically one severe thunderstorm warning. I mean, technically two, but it was in the same area. Now we have another severe thunderstorm warning. So if you're joining us, if you are in Searcy, Jazonia, Bald Knob, West Point, Higgison, you need to be hunkering down. Pretty intense storm here, capable of producing up to 60 miles per hour wind gust and 1-inch hail. These storms today, though, James, I mean, they've got intense, they become strong to severe, and then they just kind of fall apart. That's kind of been the story. We've seen severe thunderstorm warnings get issued, then canceled. And I'm not saying that's going to happen here, but just looking at the newest radar scan, it does look weaker already.
Yeah, but as it collapses, it's going to send a big gust of wind out. And so I would say when it collapses, that's probably when you need to be on guard the most. There might be a little small hail in this one also, Blaze, just kind of with how compact that core is. This is the remnants of the storm that's coming out of Heber Springs. The two storms in the state that are strongest are up Searcy and then into northeast Arkansas in Crittenden County. The storms that are, they're trying to initiate, Garland, Saline, Hot Spring County, they're really struggling. And so far, that doesn't mean that we might not see something later, but at least for now, development has really struggled to occur. Bismarck Fire Department is working trees and power lines down in Hot Spring County, Blaze. So that's as this storm collapsed, I think we had some damage occur, probably in the vicinity of Chico Trail up to Rock House Road, somewhere up in there. Maybe Amity Road, up in that vicinity.
And like you said, I mean, that's just kind of the story. The storms, they get really intense, they collapse, and then that wind energy's got to go somewhere, and it's coming down to the surface. We're technically down to two severe thunderstorm warnings. We have the one in White County and the one in Crittenden County still. Boy, that one in northeast Arkansas, it's fixing to move out of Arkansas into Memphis.
Yeah, it's about to cross the river. So almost done with it. I think about that point, Blaze, I'm going to hop off with a very excited 3-year-old ready to go down to the beach.
What time is it there, James?
4:48.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I thought it was probably the same time.
Yeah. No, we're good. Wow, this is some crazy video from Greer's.
I think that outflow might be undercutting the White County storm. It's starting to get a little weaker. Still showing a little over 1 inch hail there, but
Mm-hmm.
I think things are trending down a little bit. I really do, and I'm very thankful for that. We need to let that continue.
Yeah, the storm that is coming towards the Mississippi River probably is at its most intense right now, and it's going to impact areas now from Gilmore down to Marion. So if you're in that vicinity, just hunker down. I mean, it's a bad summer storm, but I wouldn't say it's the worst thing I've ever seen. But if a tree falls in your yard, it might be the worst thing you've ever seen. Real quick, before I go, I want to detail kind of what we expect over the next few hours. Remember, futurecast data, not going to be exact, but to its credit today, it's kind of been on the right track here. Storms that are out there now move southeast. Maybe some new development occurs off towards the west, and all that stuff moves down into South Arkansas this evening. It's pretty much over with late tonight. So some more storms are expected. Probably we'll see a few more severe thunderstorm warnings with this activity just as we go through the course of the evening. I briefly, Blaze, had looked at some of the long range data for today, and I think Monday is going to be really, really nice across the state. So just kind of a preview of that. But it is going to be pretty hot later next week. I don't think we're going to see a big string of 100-degree days, but we're going to see 90s, lots of 90s.
Oh man, I'm over it. I'm over it now. Just give me something. Give me some 70s. Like 70s, we're rocking. 70, 80s. But you start getting in the 90s and 100, nah. All right. So anyone, just to recap, 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, one for White County and one for Crittenden County right now. This storm is getting close to crossing over, and it will not be in Arkansas much longer. So honestly, the let's see what they're doing here. I think they're just continuing it. Yeah, continuing severe thunderstorm warning for Crittenden, Mississippi County and Arkansas, a couple counties in Tennessee, but I think the strongest wind is still occurring just outside of the border, but boy, it's getting really close to moving into Tennessee and Memphis. Okay, let's see what we got here. A couple special weather statements in effect. Don't want to take anything away. National Weather Service is watching another storm developing. It's not severe, but they're keeping an eye on it in Brinkley area, in the Brinkley city. I think the Cersei storm is still looking quite strong. I do think it's weakening some. Outflow boundary kind of leading the charge with that. So
All right. I appreciate everybody that's been watching. We are here to serve you guys on days like today. We're the storms, it's not a huge severe weather day, but there's lots of severe wet weather reports. There's been a few. Tim Pace just said I-57 at exit 54. I'm going to pull that up real quick.
okay.
So I'm going to go full screen with that. That's the storm that's coming into there's 51, 54. So yeah, you can see the big storm in the distance there. I'm going to kind of look at some of these other cameras with the storm that's coming into Cersei. At some point,
you fool.
We'll have a camera in White County at some point. I'm willing to bet.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's the exit 54 camera. See, it's turning dark there in the distance with the big storm that's coming into a northeast Little Rock and into White County. Swinky 17 says getting a strong breeze in Bologna and with that outflow. 34 miles per hour there in northern Lonoke County. Got a report from Paul Wilkerson.
The green screen is turned off. It is so dry. It just, I mean, that is just dead grass. That's all that is.
Yeah.
Either that or the colors on these cameras are not like good. I don't know.
Sarah Harrison just said West Memphis can't stand at the gas pump. Wind is so bad. And they
Wow.
just lost power at the truck stop. Appreciate that report. We'll take a look at the cameras out there in West Memphis with the outflow boundary seemingly have just reached that area. Oh, look at that, Blaze.
Wow.
You can tell it's windy. So there's some rain out there today. It's just not a lot, it appears. There's been some lucky spots, but Conway needs rain. Little Rock needs rain. Blaze, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong here, the last few times Little Rock has missed out on the rain. So if that continues over the next week, there's going to be a few locations that could have their one of their driest August on record. We'll see.
Wow. Yeah, Conway's the same boat. You know, I was talking to my uncle earlier, and he's like, "We need rain," and I'm like, "I get it." So, the lake, Beaver Lake, is going down pretty quick.
Wow. Good pictures I'm getting on Twitter.
I still think, I don't know, the White County storm is still showing close to 1 inch hail, but I think it's weakening. I really think our strongest storm we're still tracking is on the Arkansas-Tennessee line here. And I think I think the worst of this is probably going to go to the north of Memphis right now. I think it's crossing over. It's on the border as we speak.
Oh, wow. Blaze, check my latest retweet. There was some wind damage in Gassville, and that's up in north central Arkansas.
Okay. I'm looking right now.
So it's a metal building. Looks like it got pulled up. Blaze, I'm going to go back to radar here. If you can pull that back full screen, just kind of give everyone an overview.
On your Twitter or?
Yeah, it's what I just pulled up just a second ago. It was a damage picture on mine. Yes. All right, there's radar, and there's what we're looking at around the state right now. Still have a few severe storms going on. You have the storm that's really getting ready to enter the Memphis area, but Gilmore down to West Memphis dealing with very strong winds. Back towards the west, we're watching a very strong storm that's now in Searcy and getting very close to I-57. So for those of you that are in Searcy, looks like some hail is going to be possible. Looks like some wind is going to be very possible in this deal. And if I pull up the Barron button, if I can remember where it is, Blaze, I can't remember. I was going to pull up the hail. Well, let's look at the statewide power outage map real quick. Every county is going to be highlighted because I'm trying to get a statewide number. So we're still at 12,500. If you break that down by county, that's what it looks like. So we still have quite a few outages in Arkansas. A lot of these today are from northeast Arkansas, where this cluster of storms has tracked out towards the Memphis area. There's a few outages even down towards the Bismarck area. Pulaski County still dealing with 2,500. I'm not exactly sure what that's from. Cleburne County's at over 1,000. Earlier, up in north central Arkansas, you got over 1,000. So there's just, it's not massive numbers, but, you add them all together and you've got 12,000 Arkansans without power.
Well, and there's it's going to be a little bit for some updates to come in because like Van Buren County is dealing with power outages and it's not on that map yet.
Right. Yeah. If it doesn't report it, then you don't know. So that number is definitely higher.
Because I know there's a lot of people out of power in Clinton from the information I gather.
Yeah.
Like for instance, Van Buren County showing. Well, between Van Buren, Faulkner, and Cleburne County, there's over 1,600 people out of power now. So. All right, I think Zach. All right, so again, if you're just joining us, just kind of a recap. Okay, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Brinkley. Let's take a look at that. That's one of the storms we were watching earlier. A new box is fixing to pop up on this storm right here. Hail core really starting to increase here between, looks like Cotton Plant and Brinkley. And I think right there at that intersection, let me draw it here. I think your highest hail core is in this zone right there. So need to watch that area very closely. Again, new severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Now, these storms have had a history of getting strong, severe thunderstorm warning, collapsing, bringing down the wind, damaging winds, and the storm is done. That may be what's going to happen here. It's just going to kind of depend. There is that outflow right there. So maybe the outflow is going to try to undercut it, which would help bring down some of that threat. But we're watching things very closely. So we previously had 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, and now we have 3. Again, just want to restate that we're dealing with a severe storm in northeastern Arkansas, specifically near the Marion area, not Marion County, but Marion, and moving towards Memphis. And this is really close to the Arkansas-Tennessee line. And I think it's not going to be long before this. Yeah, it's working on it right now.
I'm back, Blaze. I'm just letting you know. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were.
No, you're good. James, you're still on, right?
I'm still on, but I'm getting close to stepping off. Our kiddos are about to be back, and we're going to go down to the beach for a little bit. Zach, we got a wind damage report from Gassville. Carport was lifted and thrown.
Gassville, I also had a report. I think it was near Grubbs of power line poles that were snapped. And then some damaging wind reports in Hardy, too. So scattered reports. Cushman as well, James.
Yeah.
So certainly the wind damage part of the forecast is certainly verified today. Most of the hail reports were around quarter size.
I saw a video from...
Oh, go ahead.
There's a video from Scarta Farms out there in Hazen of some very, very strong wind gusts. Very crazy.
Go ahead, Blaze. What were you going to say for Memphis?
What I was going to say is Memphis is extending, and they're going to be issuing a new severe thunderstorm warning for St. Francis County. Said that the very impressive hail core on this storm. So we should be seeing a warning coming for Lee and St. Francis here in just a moment.
Okay. It looks like some strong winds, too, right on the Mississippi River, about to cross into Tennessee.
Okay.
That's the worst storm in the state. We're almost done with that.
Yeah, almost done. It's about to cross the Mississippi River now, thankfully. We, too, for those of you who are still watching and heard the report earlier, we had 2 people that were struck by lightning today in Odin, Arkansas, which is in Montgomery County. Last we heard, they were alert and responsive, and that's really all the information we have. But that's a confirmed report. I spoke with the Montgomery County Sheriff on the phone earlier. So that's really sad to hear. Hopefully they're okay, but lightning is so dangerous, man, especially in the summertime.
Yeah, That's the most dangerous weather phenomenon because it's the most unpredictable. You
Yeah.
don't really know where it's going to strike.
No.
I can tell you where a tornado is and where it's going to go. Lightning, you could stand under storms all your life and never get struck by lightning, and then, um, one day it's too close for comfort.
I'm just looking to see. We're just waiting on this storm in northeast Arkansas to move out. But guys, this Brinkley County storm, not playing around. Got a pretty good hail core on it.
You said Brinkley, yeah, along I-40. Brinkley, Wheatley. I feel like this area always has some storms here and there, man.
Cotton plant. We're mentioning that a lot.
Yeah. Did they just issue this warning, or you were just talking about this? Lee County, Lee and St. Francis, due to this hail core?
Yeah, the extension.
I got you. And then the storm that's moving through Searcy now, Higginson, West Point, and Kensett, I feel like this core is not too bad either.
No, speaking of that, KC3P00 said small hail in Searcy.
Okay. We appreciate that report. I was about to say, with that moving through Searcy, if there was legitimately really big hail, I would have some reports because that area is well populated. But it looks like this is it as far as our warnings go. Just this little cluster from Memphis over to Searcy, really. That's it.
Yeah, temp dropped 20 degrees in Bismarck.
Wow. This is really it. If you don't live in this little area that we're looking at here, you have no significant severe weather concerns at the moment. No warnings or anything like that. So that's a plus. Blaze, if you have some stuff you need to do or whatever, you feel free to go do it, man. I can handle this.
No, I'm good for just a little while longer.
Okay.
I appreciate it. I'm glad I was able to jump on. We're about to get this vacation started, so hopefully the heat calms down a little bit back in Arkansas.
That's the power of technology, because you are vacationing and you're able to log in and cover storms in Arkansas. That's really cool to me.
Yeah, it's very awesome. FYI, guys, Maston Kinder out in Jackson County sent some pictures in Arkansas meteorologist. Looks like there was quite a bit of wind damage.
And a new severe thunderstorm warning for Prairie, White, and Woodruff now.
A new warning, you said?
So, well, it's getting active again. I mean,
another warning.
not that it wasn't active before, but it just seems like here we go again.
Yeah, no kidding. Just when you think it's going to settle down, it pipes back up. James, enjoy your vacation, brother. We got this back home. Thank you for help.
Thanks, man. You'll have a good one.
See you guys. Appreciate it, man.
You too. See ya. I'm going to switch, Zach, I'm going to switch this back to you.
Sounds good.
So there we go. Back to the 2-panel. All right.
I've got a few screens here in front of me, so it seems like the basic trend here is that these storms will pulse up, cause problems for a while, then they kind of slow down, and then we have like a new crop of storms that kind of pop up that we've got to deal with. You know, the storms.
I would be really curious. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I just would be really curious to know our total severe thunderstorm warnings we've had today, because it's been a bunch. It's been a bunch.
I just got a video from Grubbs, Arkansas, of power line poles just laid over on their side from the wind.
Yikes.
Yeah. Wow. The wind must have been pretty strong to cause that, man. That's wild.
I mean, these storms today, they've been, I mean, I do think, and there may not be any official measurements of this, but I think some areas hit 70 miles per hour wind gust. So,
Summer, thank you for
you asked
sending that
for
video.
that earlier.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Summer. Thank you for sending it. It's pretty awesome when you have followers that can come through and send you. That's so cool. It's so nice having the ground truth from this. Like we have to sit here and look at this radar all day, and then look at these storms, but we really don't know what's going on ground level. And then people send you the photos and videos. It's like, holy cow. You know what I mean? I appreciate it, guys.
Hey, little good news here. Severe thunderstorm warning canceled for Cleburne County. They are continuing it for White County, though.
We're going to zoom in on these two storms here because I feel like these are our most immediate concerns with the other storms moving into Tennessee.
Yeah.
I think damaging wind and hail is still the main concern here. I haven't seen just any. I've received a couple of photos of hail today. Most of it quarter size or less. It seems like today the biggest concern has been the damaging wind. I mean, we've had damaging wind reports in several locations, so I would imagine that trend to continue until we stop tonight.
Yeah, and I don't feel like the tops of these storms is all that high. I mean, you can see them, but I mean, I just don't think they pulse up and then they just die off.
Mhm.
And I think that's kind of the story. But I will say the Brinkley storm, I mean, radar is showing close to 2-inch hail. Now, like we've been saying, we don't think it's actually making it to the ground, but still pretty intense.
Yeah.
Man, they are just holding on to the severe thunderstorm warning for Crittenden County. I mean, it is like, West Memphis is still included in it. Marion's included in it. But honestly, like we've been talking, Zach, I think the worst is probably out of Arkansas at this point.
Yeah, moving into Tennessee now, for sure.
And it does look like this thing is falling apart. So that is great news.
Yes.
Heavy rain.
Yeah, this is pretty much it. These two storms. I would imagine we'll probably have some more development this evening, maybe a few more storms that try to develop, but hopefully nothing too extensive. I know that we need the rain, but unfortunately, it seems like we have to have severe weather to get rain these days. That seems to be our common trend. Blaze, neither of these warnings are considerables, are they?
No, we haven't had a considerable for a long time.
Well,
I thought they would pull it on this Memphis storm. I really did. The one in eastern Arkansas. Because at one point I was getting a couple pixels that was close to 70, but they didn't.
Well, with neither of these being considerable, I think what we can do is we can pull off our standard coverage like we typically do. Didn't you have a radar stream up earlier?
Yeah. We're still running from what I understand on Facebook under radar stream.
I mean, unless you're just dying to stay on here for these two generic severe storms,
No.
I think we can pull off of this and just do our normal stuff. Of course, if we have anything significant that does pop up, we can hop back on here. Or I can hop back on here. I know you have some stuff going this evening. I'll be here all night, so no big deal. Unless you object and you're just wanting to stay on here. So.
No. I'm good with that. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think things are starting to really trend down. I mean, yeah, I think things are trending down. I don't see any signs of extreme wind with any of these severe thunderstorm warnings. I mean, the Memphis storm, that was the strongest storm, and it's out of Arkansas now, and it's weakening too. So, yeah. And I think that's going to probably be the trend. I think we'll have a few more severe thunderstorm warnings to deal with. Like, for instance, there's one trying to pop up near Saline County.
Yeah.
There's another storm trying to develop in Johnson County, and I think we'll have a couple more severe thunderstorm warnings. But like you said, considerable is really where it's at.
Yeah. Guys, that's probably what we'll do. We'll hop off our coverage here. If we have anything significant that pops up that we really deem, an credible threat to life and property, we'll be right back here with you. Or I'll be right back here with you to cover this. One of us will be here regardless. But we'll probably just kind of hang out and watch radar from afar with everyone else, and we'll go from there. But we really appreciate everybody watching our coverage this afternoon. I know we haven't been on here just incredibly long, but Thank you for choosing the Arkansas Weather Network for your live severe weather coverage. We really appreciate it.
Sounds good. Good job, Zach. We'll see you.
Blaze. Thanks, man. See you.
Thank you.